Hello, so what we'll be doing today is the hand stitching of our facing on our skirt, as well as talking about the stitching for the V on our skirt. If we've left that as the pattern shows with that. So I've already pre-threaded my needle here with my matching thread, what I sewed with. You typically want to have your thread, for ease of working, the length of your forearm. It is doubled, however, you do not want to tie your two strands together. You want to have it so that you can move it and work through that full length. So you will just knot one end of it, just a simple knot, nothing massive, nothing huge. You don't want to add too much bulk, remember. So what we'll be doing here is inserting our needle through the back of our facing, okay, just like so. Bringing it through the front is a great little method. That way we hide that knot as well. Makes it very flat and it's nothing that we were going to worry about. So for this, what we want to do is just get one strand, if possible, of our fabric so that we don't come through on the other side. We don't want to see our needle on the right side of our fabric for our skirt because we don't want to see that stitching. There, you can if it's a look you're going for, however, it is considered wrong. So then you want to go about an inch over and do the same thing, picking up, again, a strand of your skirt fabric, then bring that up through your facing so that then that stitch is hidden under there. And again, at the same spot, you're going to pick up another thread so that you lap down, go about an inch, pick up a single thread, pull it through. Now, if you've noticed, I didn't tell you to wax your thread. That's a personal preference. I didn't learn to sew by waxing my thread, so it's not something I really like to do. I find that it does leave a film on it. However, there are people that swear by it. I just don't do it. It is, again, a personal preference. I don't believe that there is a right or a wrong on that. Many people will tell me that I'm wrong. However, I think that if you want to do the waxing and that makes you feel more comfortable, then do it. If wax is something you can't get or it's not something that you're really comfortable doing, then it's not necessary. It's not going to make or break your sewing. So again, what we want to do here, and I've done a few stitches, but they're very difficult to see, so I'll just go ahead and loosen this up for you to see these stitches so that they are completely hidden. Now this is also going to be the same technique for stitching in our hem when we do that. So again, we will just be picking up a single strand of our fabric weave. Now this is something that takes time. It's not a stitch through and be done in 5 seconds. As with most sewing, it's something that's going to take a little bit of patience. If you're not sure if it's something that you can do right away, go ahead and practice on a scrap piece of fabric. You can always rip it out as well. So what we're going to do is I've pulled back up here through my facing, and now I'm going to go in the exact same, right where I went for my facing. So I came up and over my facing. I'm going to just ever so slightly pick up a single strand, go about an inch over and do the same thing. Pick up a single strand from my skirt fabric, bring that all the way through my facing. Your facing is really the only thing that you want to pull your fabric, your thread all the way through, because that's not going to be seen. If you do tend to pick up more or go all the way through your skirt fabric, what will happen is on the other side, you will have little dots and you'll see where it was stitched. Now, that's not really the most professional finished look, and after all, we want the garment to look handmade, not homemade. So this is a technique that is really important, especially when you're going to be doing your hem. So again, we're just going to have our fabric here, pick up a single little thread, go about an inch over, do the same, and then in through the facing. Now what this also does is it hides this stitch inside. Now, you might be thinking, why do I care if I'm hiding my stitch inside? Again, it just makes it more polished and finished. So you'll go ahead and do this the full length. So it should, as you can see, look something like this. And then on the outside here, and I'll just remove my pin so you're not confused there, we have done, or I have done, just this little section from here to here. And you'll see you don't see little brown spots. That's very flat, very smooth, and a very professional look. Now, when we get to doing our V here, I'll go ahead and come back and talk to you about it. I'm going to go ahead and do my full length of my facing first. The hand stitching of the V, of the facing and skirt together, that is something you do as you get a little closer to your finished garment completely. So I'll see you soon when we start talking about how to put in this closure.